So, funny story, I accidentally deleted the video that you're about to watch. Let's get into it. Yeah! Hello and welcome everybody, thank you for clicking on the video. Round 2, fight! I actually shot this video once already, and then I accidentally deleted the footage before I even had a chance to edit it. So here we are, doing it all over again. That's right, man, the things I do to make sure I bring you guys the videos. I promised you a video today. If you watched yesterday's video, I said I will see you tomorrow with an unboxing video. I'm not gonna break my promise, so here I am with the unboxing video. We're just having to do it twice. No big deal. It doesn't even really matter to you guys because what happened off camera doesn't even exist in YouTube land. So we're just gonna go ahead and start getting right off into this unboxing. I'm gonna do it again. Take it nice and easy. We're hang out, look at some baits. I'm gonna show you all the new pickups that I've got here over the past couple weeks. I got some really cool new stuff here to show you. Some awesome handmade jigs, some new baits from the Six, some baits from some other companies that I picked up at a pop-up tackle shop, as well as some familiar old school favorites from here on the channel from back in the day when we were still fishing from the banks. We're gonna take a look at all of it right now. Got these 3 packages to open. Got a bunch of other stuff laid out here on the table, and yeah. We're gonna build out a couple baits in this video, tackle talk, you know how we do it. We're also gonna take an up close and personal look at some of the new drops from 6 Cents. They dropped a whole bunch of new stuff last week, and you know I had to place me an order to get my hands on some of this new heat. So that's what we got going on in here. I also ordered some new rats, swim baits, mice, rodents. We're gonna take a look at some swim baits from a new company. So let's go ahead and get off into it. Box number 1 from the Six. We're gonna start out. They did a little restock recently of one of my favorite soft plastics of all time. In one of my favorite colors. Some of you can probably guess it if you've been watching the channel here for any amount of time. You know that I love throwing this bait and I love throwing this color. Of course, I'm talking about the Flush 5.2 soft plastic jerkbait in threadfin shad. Now, I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit about why I love this bait so much. All right, as you can see there, it's got that big green disco flash flake in there. It's also got some silver and some blue accent, but it's got that green, that disco green. You know, we love throwing the Zoom Salty Super Fluke, the disco green, disco biscuit. The difference here is we've got that bright green flash inside of a natural baitfish minnow shad color instead of like a clear or white plastisol. So it's like the best of both worlds. And you guys already know, man, you see me catch a ton of fish here on this channel, some really nice fish on this exact bait. When I saw that restock hit, I had to replenish my supply. You know, I placed an order immediately to get me some packs back in the boat. I've been completely out of these. I was excited to see them hit again. So we're back in action. We got plenty of thread fins, good to go. And gave me a little sunglasses retainer for your waterlands. Let's keep it rolling. Next up, now, along with the restock of the Flush 5.2, 6 Cents also released a bunch of new products last week. If you guys are following me on social media, you saw me posting about all the drops. And what we have in here is one of the new hot ticket items, one of the new hard baits that just got released. And I'm extremely excited to get my hands on these. I know a lot of you are as well. What could it be? I wonder what it is. Here we go. We're going in. We gotta do this in order. I'm talking about the new slow sink hard plastic jerkbait, the Provoke 106 Sink from 6 Cents Fishing. You guys might be familiar with the Provoke 106X. That's their original hard plastic jerkbait. This is the sink version. So you're gonna get a slow sink on this, access some deeper water, fish those ledges, those fish that are suspending out there in that cooler water. It's jerkbait time. Now, you guys know, admittedly, hard plastic jerkbait is not where my confidence lies. I really love throwing a soft plastic jerkbait, but when it comes to the hard baits, I've just never really got on them like I like to with these things. This color right here in particular is the Shad Pro, and that's a straight heater. You know, that's one of my favorites. The Shad profile, the gold bronze accents, and then you got those bright iridescent scales, gray on the back, man. That's a beautiful pattern. It's a beautiful jerkbait, and now it is available in a slow sink. I got some pretty sick colors here to show you guys. Next up, you know I love those bone colors. This is a little bit of a brighter white take on a bone pattern. This color is French Bone Pearl. It's like a bone color, but it's just a little bit more white, a little bit brighter. Doesn't have the scales on there, so it's not gonna give off that flash like that Shad Pro, but we're trying to cover all the bases here. You guys are gonna see what I'm getting at. Next up, another 6 cent staple. You know, that jank juice. Had to grab me one of those in the slow sink Provoke. Love this color. Shout out to Baxter the Bait Man. It's got that beautiful light, sort of subtle chartreuse side, white belly with that same subtle light lavender back. Chartreuse and purple. Tough to beat that right there, man. Jank juice is a smoke show. I love throwing the flat 75X in this color. So as I was filling my shopping cart with these new slow sink Provokes, had to throw the jank juice in there as well. Next up, this one. This is my favorite one. This is my favorite color that I ordered. Straight up, hands down, I can already tell. This is that Ghost Bone Minnow. Check this thing out. Don't worry, you know I'm gonna bust it out of the package and show you up close and personal. That's how I like to do it with these unboxings. Right up in your face so you can get an in-depth look at all the detail that goes into these beautiful baits. This right here, the Ghost Bone Minnow. Man, that's tough to beat. As you can see, it's got the bone belly fading up onto the sides, translucent, ghost, clear, and then it rolls up into that soft, subtle, silverish lavender. And then once you get up onto the back, you got the green pumpkin gold with the scaling pattern. This is an absolutely beautiful, really natural looking jerkbait, and I cannot wait to get out there and throw this thing. I'm gonna tie it on. This is gonna be the first one that I'm gonna tie on. We're gonna go out and throw this thing. So if you guys wanna see me catch a fish on that, stay tuned, stay ready, subscribe to the channel. Also, really quickly, I wanna mention if you guys are interested in loading up on some of these flushes, or if you're interested in scoring any of the new drops from 6 cents, check out 6centsfishing.com. JR10 at checkout is gonna save you 10% off everything that I'm about to show you and everything else on the website. And let me just mention really quickly that if you like what we're doing over here and you wanna support the channel, using that JR10 code is the absolute best way to do it. Supporting the 6 is supporting us, and you get something out of it as well. You save a little money, get yourself some of the best baits in the game. It's a win-win, and I can't thank you guys enough for all of your support. Everybody who's been using the JR10 code lately, thank you so much. I see all of your screenshots. I repost them all over on my Instagram, and your support means the absolute world to me and to the 6. So thank you all for riding with us. I appreciate it. Check out these new Provokes though. We got a couple more. I'm gonna show you some really killer colors. These last two right here, a little bit brighter, a little more flashy. This one, something a little different. This right here is the ditchweed. As you can see, it's a bright red jerkbait, but got a little variation going on. Got the bright red, but then when you flip it over, boom. You got that orange, that bright orange tangerine dream screaming on the right side. And then over there on the left, you got the bright red. I mean, it's the best of both worlds. You heat up the ice cubes.
Hot ice. That's right, hot ice. I heat up the ice cubes.
That's a straight heater, dude. Gonna get them fired up. They're smoking the reds out here on my lake right now. So I'm interested to throw this out there in the clear water and see if they'll smack it, but that's a cool looking jerkbait right there. Red on one side, orange on the other. I ain't mad at it. It's also got like some subtle gold scales on the red side, and then over on the orange side, it's got subtle orange red scales. There's one more look. Lots of detail in this. The ditchweed, red and orange, tangerine dream. I love it. But wait, there's more. I got one more really cool one to show you. This one's a super heater. This one's full flash, standout. This is that Vendetta. And as you can see, that's a smoker. That right there is gonna put off a lot of flash, make a lot of noise, draw in a lot of attention. Let's bust it out. Take a closer look. So as you can see on the side, it's got that rainbow shimmer, that beautiful iridescence, and then rolling down onto the belly, bright orange tangerine dream one more time for you. Up on the back, beautiful royal purple, that crown royal. And man, that's just a smoke show, dude. The Vendetta Super Supreme Sunshine Radiation Deluxe 5000. Look at that thing, man. She's a beaut, Clark. Yeah, that's awesome. Could not resist throwing that thing into the cart so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. We went from one end of the spectrum to the other with that one. We went from the Ghost Bone Minnow all the way to the Vendetta. I ain't mad at it. Something else that 6 Cents recently came out with that we can take this opportunity to look at together is the new jerkbait bait chamber. Check it out. Sweet, it's a shadow box for your jerkbaits. So down here on the bottom, I got all the OGs, the original Provoke 106Xs. And up here on top, I'm gonna put the slow sink. I'll show you guys the best, easiest, non-frustrating way to get your jerkbaits into these shadow boxes. For those of you out there that have them, this is what you want to do. This is how you want to do it. You want to take the jerkbait and you want to hold it directly above the box. You want to let the hooks fall into the little squares, straight down. Kind of hard to show you on camera with me tilting this. But what you want to do, see the box level, drop the hooks straight down into the squares. Once they're in there, all you do is push the body in. And if you do it that way, in order, hold it straight up and down, drop the hooks in, push the body, it goes right in effortlessly. It's frustration free. Drop the hooks into the squares, push the body down into the shadow. No issue. Works every time. They go in there perfect, they come out perfect. So, I don't know, man, when I first started playing around with it, I noticed it was kind of cumbersome getting the hooks in and out of the squares, and then I figured out that little trick. If you just let them fall straight down into those slots, the baits go in there perfectly. I'm gonna load this up, show you all the colors that I have. I got one more slot to fill. Here we go. Drop the hooks in, push the body down with your finger. Easy money. Works every time. Now we're loaded up. I got all my slow sinks up top, all my OGs on bottom. And I'd say we got pretty much all the jerkbait colors we would need, at least for my water for now. And stoked on that little lineup. And this bait chamber is an excellent way to keep your jerkbaits safe, sharp, dry. That's one thing I love about Six Men. They're always coming out with cool new products, whether it be new baits or new fishing related gear to help you store your baits, transport your baits. Always innovating, always pushing forward. And the bait chamber is just one more cool little piece of gear that they've come out with lately. Now, all right, let's keep moving. Next up, so recently I was on Instagram and one of the accounts that I follow was doing a little competition between all these different jig makers. They were posting pictures of jigs to their story, asking people who follow them to vote for which one they liked the best. I was having fun rolling through, voting for jigs, and not really thinking much about it. But the dude that ended up winning somehow saw that I voted for his jig and he hit me up and asked me if he could send me some. So shout outs to Zach Hines at Hoot Jigs for making me these. Check them out. Something I've never had before. These things are awesome. First up, here's a look at the first two that he sent. These are football jigs. As you can see, they got gold head, brown, and sort of green pumpkin black skirt. But if you look closely, you'll see they got this. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not a bait maker. I don't even know if it's like horsehair, feather, or what you would call this. It's got like this hair jig material in there mixed in with the traditional style skirt. And man, these jigs just look so nice. We're gonna rig up a couple of these here in a second too. He sent me some watermelon red ones. Got the dark red maroon head with the green pumpkin and red flake. Nice, same awesome brown, fuzzy, furry hair on that. And then these right here, these right here are my favorite, dude. Check this out. These right here have like a color shift on the head of the jig. It goes from like green pumpkin to bluish purple. Same thing with the brown and green pumpkin skirt. Got the hair. Dude, they're extremely nice, high quality, beautiful jigs, and I'm grateful that Zach was willing to send me a few of them to try. Now, I mentioned earlier about some new bait drops that happened from 6 Cents. If you guys watched one of my recent unboxings, you probably saw me talk about these new colors that they dropped in the prawn and the stroker craw. You got the green pumpkin blue swirl, you got that Alabama craw, and these paired up excellent with these jigs as trailers. Here, I'll show you one right now. I already rigged this one up. This is that blue one with the green pumpkin blue swirl prawn John Silver on the back of it. Look at this thing, dude. I mean, it's such a killer combo. It worked out beautifully. Couldn't have paired up any better. Absolutely loving that blue and green combo. But let's rig up another one. I got one of the red ones here, and I think that this is gonna pair up great with this Alabama craw. So let's rig us up a jig in a jig trailer, why don't we? Check it out. The Stroker Craw from 6 Cents Fishing, one of my favorite jig trailers, if not my favorite jig trailer. This new Alabama craw color, beautiful. And it's gonna make a killer pairing for this jig right here. First things first, I'm gonna give this a little bit shorter profile. So I'm gonna trim off just a few sections off the back of that Stroker Craw. Call it 3 or 4. That right there, don't forget to boop, separate those appendages. get that action. Something I like to do on my jig, you see these have a nice long weed guard. Weed guards left long on a jig, that's a good thing. Me personally, I like to trim my weed guard a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and take about a 1/2 inch off of that. There we go. Shorten that weed guard down just a little bit. Help with that hook set. Now, take my jig, take my shortened stroker craw. I'm just gonna get all my hair and my skirt out of the way. Go straight in the center of that stroker craw. Come right out the back. Dead center. Push it on up and boom. Look at this thing. Absolutely magnificent pairing. I think that right there is gonna fish great. Beautiful colors, beautiful matchup. The Alabama craw, stroker craw from 6 cents, and this new hoop jigs with the hair, the horsehair feathered, fantastic 5000 coming out. Shoot, I don't even know what it is, but that looks amazing. Stoked on these jigs. Shout out to Zach Hines and Hoop Jigs for sending these in. Football jig, fall time, they're eating the craws. So I'll be out there fishing with this if you guys want to see if I can catch one on it. Stick around, stay tuned, make sure you subscribe. One more thing from the 6 that just dropped. It's a little piece of terminal tackle. I don't know if you guys knew this, but 6 cents makes terminal tackle. They make jig heads, they make hooks, they make gyro swivels, which you guys have heard me talk about here recently on the channel. And then here, something else, always innovating, always trying to push the envelope, bring you guys a new product that can help you catch more fish, especially in clear water. Check this out. The new clear PegX stoppers from 6 cents. If you guys use the peg stoppers, as you know, most of them on the market, they're all solid black, which, you know, sometimes can be okay. But if you're fishing really clear water and you want to go stealth mode and you need all of the help you can get, being subtle and being finesse, these right here are going to help you out, man. The clear PegX stoppers. Just another one of the drops that recently hit. So I had to order me some of those as well. I got the black ones now, I got the clear ones. We're good to go in case we need to finesse them. JR10 for the win, you know the deal, 6centsfishing.com. But let's go ahead and talk about a couple more baits that I recently picked up here. I went and shot some media for a local big bass tournament that was going on. Went and did a little video for them. And while I was there was this company, Proline Marine, super cool dudes, that had a little pop-up tackle shop. And they had some baits from 6 cents there. They were loaded up with 6 cents heaters, but they also had some stuff from some other awesome companies. And I wanted to go ahead and pick up a couple baits, support their booth, show them some love. So I grabbed some stuff that I didn't already have, and we're gonna take a look at it now. First up, you know it's fall time, so I'm gonna show you guys the spinner bait. I actually already have it tied on. Sorry, like I said, we've actually filmed this unboxing once before, so this one has already seen a little bit of water, but this is a Bass Assets spinner bait. Bass Assets. Tennessee Glow Shad, I believe is the color, so it's got a little glow on it. But as you can see, it has the dual willow leaf blades, one smooth, one textured, and then a nice just shad style skirt. I've got a flush 5.2 on the back. That's actually the baby crappie color. But that flush is a killer spinnerbait or chatterbait trailer. And yeah, saw this one on the shelf, picked it up, figured we'd go out there and throw it and see how we like this spinnerbait. But I hear, somebody told me, I heard somewhere that maybe 6 Cents is working on a spinnerbait. I don't know, not for sure, but I got a feeling that if they drop a spinner, we might find a new favorite. We'll see. Another bait that I've already got tied on that you guys have already actually seen me fish with that I'm super excited about is this right here. It's a 130 millimeter river to sea whopper plopper. The color is Sooner, and it's a special color to me. I had this color a long time ago, back when I was fishing from the banks here on the channel, before I had my first bass boat, throwing this a lot. Actually caught one of my best fish ever in my entire life in November on this bait, fishing from the banks down there in the weather. 130 millimeter Sooner. I ended up losing that bait. Ended up getting it stuck in a tree and couldn't get it back. So, you know, when I saw that 130 Sooner sitting there, that little tackle booth, I couldn't resist. I haven't been able to find that bait in stores for a long time in the Sooner color. I got the 90 and found plenty of the 90s in the Sooner, but it was tough for me to find the 130. So when I saw it, 10 out of 10 had a scoop. Now I got me one back in my possession, and if you guys watched the last video, you saw me catch a fish on it. Next up, something a little finesse. I got a buddy that throws these all the time. These are the Mega Bass Spark Shads. I like to pair these bad boys up with the Okashira screw heads, or just the Okashira Mega Bass swim bait heads that they make, and we're all good. And that's a good little 1-2 punch combo from Mega Bass, the Spark Shad paired up with the Okashira. So I wanted to grab some of these for when the bite gets tough and we have to break out the spinning reel or maybe that BFS setup. Did you guys see the first catch on the BFS? I'm totally not used to fishing with that thing. When I cracked the hook set, it was like, Sound like a weed eater or a lawnmower trying to start up, dude. It was crazy. I'm definitely gonna have to learn how to calm down when I'm fishing with that thing and just lift and set the hook. Anyways, another bait that I'm excited about and something that I don't really have much experience with or any experience with at all really, and that's a blade bait. Check this out. This thing right here caught my eye and I just couldn't resist it. This is that Mega Bass X-Force Vibration X Dyna Response, 1/2 ounce, beautiful bluegill color, a lot of flash, a lot of rainbow, a lot of colors, and just yeah, really unique, awesome looking blade bait. Saw it sitting there on the shelf, could not resist that thing. I mean, that is beautiful. It's just a beautiful bait if nothing else, you know. Looking forward to maybe getting some experience with this. See if I can catch a fish on a blade bait. I know a lot of my northern guys, man, they get down with these blades, but for me down here in Texas, being an old school power fisherman, it's just something that I've never got into. Hopefully we'll get out there and, I don't know, throw this thing down there, yo-yo it, figure out how to fish it, and learn together. I always tell you guys, I'm amateur to intermediate bass angler. I'm learning all this stuff right here with you guys. I'm learning about components that go into jig making and new fishing techniques and new baits and new ways to fish. We're on this journey together. I still have a lot to learn, but I'm a student of the game and I truly enjoy every single bit of it, and I love bringing you guys along for the ride and the journey. I also love getting your advice and your feedback down in the comments, so if you have anything for me, if you have any advice on any of these baits, if you have any questions for me, please feel free to chime in down below. I'll read every single comment. There is not a comment that gets left that I do not read, best believe. It gets crazy, but you guys go down below and drop some knowledge in the comments on the blade baits or anything else that I'm sitting out here yakking about that I don't really know about. Let's keep it rocking and rolling. I got another box here. This one's cool, man. We're gonna finish it off with some rodents. Shout outs to Berg Blades. Mini Slim, going strong. This right here is a box of rats. I was online and I saw somebody talking about this company. A company called Clate Bait, CL, the number 8, bait. And how they had some affordable rats in that $20 range that were pretty decent quality. And I was like, huh, rat swim baits, 20 bucks, I'm all in. So that's what we have here. But this is pretty cool, check it out. First up, this one is called the baby muskrat. It's a smaller rat. This is a new one. It's only 20 bucks right here. $20 bait. It is a 1/2 ounce, 6-inch long rat swim bait / wake bait. Surface, subsurface, you can crank it down. And it doesn't seem too bad for 20 bucks. I mean, come on. It's got a nice paint scheme on it. It's got some accents on the back. You can see they painted little hairs on there. I like the tail. That's awesome. So that's the baby muskrat from Clate Bait. Little 1/2 ounce rat. But wait, there's more. Check this out. This one is called the Mighty Mouse. This one's cool. This one's 3/4 of an ounce, 6 inches long, and it's a surface bait. And as you can see, it's just the mouse style. Single segment, got the lip up front, meant to be fished along the surface, looking like a mouse. I feel like I'll be able to catch one on this for sure. Bass eat rodents, guys. You guys have seen it here on the channel before. I think it would be super fun to catch one on either one of these small little rat baits. But I'll be honest, they're a little bit smaller than I was anticipating, which is why I'm glad I ordered this last one. Check this out. This is the Clate Bait Water Vole or Volley, I don't know, V-O-L-E, I don't know words, English. Check this one out. This is their bigger rat. It's 1 ounce, 8 inches, but check it out. This is more along the lines of what I was really after when I ordered these. This bait is only $22, guys. It's tough to beat a 1 ounce rat for 22 bucks, you know? Little 8-inch rat, got that tail on there. Hook seam quality. You got the rotating hook hangers, so that's good. Keep that fish from thrashing and chunking that bait. Little split ring up there. Looks nice enough. Same paint job as the other two. Some whiskers there up front. So there's 3 new rats to add to the collection. Once I saw these and was like, psh, come on now, 15, 20 bucks for some rat swim baits. I'll give them a whirl. Got a lot of baits out here on the table. Luckily, these new Heater Professional Series bait zip bags from 6 Cents have been doing great, man. These new Professional Series are top quality, man. Reinforced zipper, new colors. This is the one that I designed, guys. You got the blue and the teal. Absolutely beautiful. There's a little sneak peek at the color scheme on the Heater Series rods that are gonna be coming your way soon. But yeah, check out the Heater bait zip bags, Professional Series. Stoked on those, was happy to be a part of that. Check out 6centsfishing.com for any of these other awesome 6 Cents products that I showed you. Check out the new soft plastics and the new slow sink Provoke 106 jerkbait. There's some other new stuff there on the website too. They're constantly dropping new product, constantly pushing forward, which is why I'm stoked to be a part of the family. As always, anyone who uses my JR10 code to order baits and save money on 6centsfishing.com gets a shout out on my Instagram. Just take a little screenshot of your order confirmation and DM it to me at @TheJustinRoyal, and I will post it up, tag your account, give you some public recognition for helping us keep this whole thing running. Best believe, without you guys supporting and using that JR10 code, this whole thing falls apart. So thank you so much for the support. Thank you for the love. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me out here in the garage. We'll be back out there on the water in the next video. We're taking a firefighter fishing for his birthday. So subscribe, stick around if you want to see how that turns out. It's going to be a good time. We're going to get back to a firefighter for his birthday and get him out there on the water. So stick around if you're interested in seeing that. But that's about all I got for you today. That about does it. That about wraps her on up. So I'm going to say goodbye for now, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm throwing these freaking hand-tied jigs, the new jerk baits. That'd be a freaking wrap. All right, I'll see y'all later. Peace.